no matter what presents came. We didn't get very many, but we'd always get a box from my brother Tom. And you know, I was so good at opening those presents and doing them back up. See, and another thing that I remember is that we didn't usually have a turkey. I mean, we didn't ever have a turkey. We just would have a nice roast or a big chicken.
That sounds good.
But it wasn't any different in our home than in other homes, because that's just the way it was. I mean, nobody. Oh, and I got to tell you one more thing. One Christmas, I got a coat, and this coat had maroon on the bottom, and it had fake fur on the top.
How old were you, do you think?
Well, I was old enough to go to a dance. I might have been 12 or 13. And they always had a dance on Christmas afternoon. I guess they probably didn't let it Sunday. But I remember that I went, and I didn't want to dance because I just wanted to sit in my pretty new coat. That was all I got. And I can still see that coat with the fake fur top and the maroon top. That's it.
The farthest I can remember is when we was little. I don't know how, but every year we'd go up to the Lake Hall, the big dance hall in Hiram, and Santa Claus would bring candy and nuts in a little bit of brown sack. I remember that, you know. The first thing I ever remember getting was that bike it got. I fell and cut my hand clear open out of the ice.
Jeez.
I remember one year I got ice skates, and there wasn't hardly any snow. And our family took papers, you know, and so I took these papers in my ice skates. Can you imagine what my heels felt like? My ankles felt like I got home after having walked on paper. I mean, hey, if I got a gift, I was really impressed with that gift.
I remember when I got the 22, that first time that single shot. I was down in North Beach, or back down the creek the first morning, I came back with a duck and a pheasant.
Oh, jeez.
Just a packing them.
Christmas.
So proud.
Not even in season. Did they have seasons back then?
Huh?
Did they have seasons back then?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. Hair, glare, a new gown.
Oh, yeah.
Get beat for it.
Our favorite presents would be when Tom sent a box, because it would be so special, because he was really good to all us kids, you know.
Well, like a dad almost.
Oh, he was so good to us, and he would always send something nice in this box.
I don't remember much about Christmases.
Well, Dad, they weren't as special as they are now, are they? Our folks just didn't do all of those things, you know, that they do now. They just didn't.
Had the money, the ways, and everybody's the same. Everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah.
How about some of your first Christmases after you got married and had kids, or anything funny you remember about when I was a boy, or Mary Ann, or
Well, I
Linda?
remember how Dad went to bed and you helped me put things together.
That one thing, I was up all damn night. Oh, that was something to eat.
A farm. Do you remember that
I
barn?
remember that.
Oh.
Many little screws and bolts. Good, I remember.
I just remember, I remember in the old house, you know, a little bit about Christmas there. I still remember being up in the old bedroom upstairs. But I don't think we slept up there that much.
I never did.
I think Mary Ann did, yeah, and I think we must have stayed up there. And I remember that you used to always hide the presents behind the dresser in your bedroom, in a big box.
And Grandpa would go on the truck. When Mary Ann was just tiny, Grandpa would go on the truck and I'd get things out and let her play with them in the daytime. And then we'd put them away. And we had our own way. That's a true story. Oh, do you remember the dolls? Do you remember Josephine? Was she still in the family when you were a little boy?
I'm not sure.
Cassie, that's Josephine had to be. Oh.
Cassie, put it back.
Do you remember poor pitiful Pearl? Josephine was her first doll.
Bring the doll to
And then,
mind.
do you remember poor pitiful Pearl? That was one of Rinda's dolls.
I don't remember ever a Pearl.
Oh, Pearl was one of these sad little dolls that just had a frown, and it just fit her in what she's little.
I remember when I got my train set. I still remember that had to cost
At
a
that
ton
time,
of money. Because we went over to Firestones.
It was $108, and was it 108 when we got it, or was it 90 or something? It was on sale, but it was $108.
Oh, it was a nice one.
I still have that. It's in a box. It just needs to, a few things needs to, I'm just going to hang on to it, and then sometime I'll take it to a Lionel repair shop and get it repaired and set it back up. I've kept that all these years.
You could still buy track for that, because it had 3 rails.
Well, it's got those plastic wooden ties on it. They're plastic ties
You
on
know, one thing about it, Grandpa always was a truck driver, but he was always made it home for Christmas. He was always home Christmas Eve. There wasn't ever a problem with that.
Well, I always told you, whatever worked, it had to be 2 days, at home, Christmas, and deer hunting.
it. At least he got them in the right.
Probably not in that order.
Yeah.
Them those 2, I had to be home, or else he'd killed.
I remember getting up pretty early some mornings, like, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
You don't let us do that. Yeah.
I know,
His
but
mother would get them up.
she'd never get us up.
Any longer.
Well, but did you ever notice that the kids were never surprised much with the
God. See, I can't ever remember the tree in the old house. Where did the tree go? In the living room? Obviously, but I don't know where in the living room. Right in front of the window?
I had it there, and sometimes I had it over in the one corner. One of the prettiest trees we ever had. Do you remember that house that was back at the service station down there by Ellis Nielsen's? Do you remember that tree, Dad? They had a window like this. And remember all those icicles we just put in? It just looked like a sheet of ice. That was the prettiest tree we ever had. We didn't have children then. Our trees were never very pretty.
See, I still remember as a kid when Santa Claus used to come to Hiram, and he still used to pass those little brown bags out with candy.
I remember we used to go.
Down to the Elite Hall.
As a kid.
Yeah, and God, I used to could hardly stand it. I was going to wet my pants. I was so excited for Santa to come. But yeah, he used to always hand out candy in a paper bag.
Brown paper bag?
Yeah, I wonder if the Lions Club sponsored that or something.
I don't know.
Probably a few peanuts and a couple pieces of hardtack. That was
Yeah.
it.
I'm trying to remember if old Elmer Lawrenson used to escort him in or something. I can't remember.
I think the cop car brought him, didn't they?
I think.
I don't know. Seems like it, yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's very good. No, that's all about that. Remember days.
How about gift giving between, like, Grandpa Marvin and Lucille? What did Grandpa Marvin and Lucille exchange?
I never remember giving anything.
One year he had me get her a nightgown from him. She knew. But one thing that Grandpa always did, Grandma got them, but they were always from Grandpa, is that he gave Merlin and Clea and
Pair of socks or
a
something.
pair of nylons.
Mm-hmm.
We always had a pair of nylons from Grandpa.
But I can never remember him buying anything for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Times were just different, Dana. I mean, you just got to realize that it was just a different time, you know.
I don't know now. It's gone to complete opposite of what it was then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just whoever can buy the most for everybody.
Our goal was always to get one Christmas paid for before the next Christmas. I guess that's still people's goal.
Yeah, really.
Still trying to do it.
No kidding. It's changed, huh?
One year, Mary Ann, she was always tidy. Do you remember the year that she threw away all her Christmas? You don't remember that? You wouldn't have been on your mission because she was married. She was married when you were on your mission, but she had some things.
Is this one your kids?
Oh, I think that's Cassie's from her Christmas, from her maybe Aladdin or whatever she got. Anyway, one Christmas, Mary Ann had several packages that were like flat and nothing big in that, and she threw away her whole Christmas in the garbage.
She didn't open them?
Yeah, she owned them, but she was cleaning out and she threw everything away in the garbage.
In their wedding or two for Pete.
You did that?
Yeah, somebody brought something. doing good. I was grabbing up all the papers, taking down, throwing the furnace. I throwed something. I'll never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
My guys probably weren't, it wasn't as good as probably like Connie's family who had church activity and you know, their dad home all the time. I think that we missed a lot.
A dad home all the time?
Well, but he was at least in
Oh,
town.
they were laughing about it tonight. They were saying something about we don't remember much.
No.
They were talking about Christmas Eve down there, and he said, yeah, I was probably working, is what he said.
Yeah, he was working a couple of jobs. He worked 7 days, 6 days a week and was in church all day, 7 days. Yeah, we didn't have to have that much.
What is that?